welcome to the 13th episode of the Friends of Mine podcast. Bam, got it straight away that
time.
time.
We did not look at it before we came
Definitely
on.
didn't. There's no proof of that whatsoever. So, how you been? How's things?
Not bad, mate. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad.
I've been with you 20 minutes and just noticed you're repping a Palace at Jermaine shirt.
Yep, good, isn't it? My brother got it for me for Christmas. Quite
nice,
like it.
Yeah,
it's
nice.
alright, isn't it? Yeah. Don't quite fit that well, but you know, get there.
Yeah, good. How are you? Obviously, didn't meet last week.
No.
I think partly me forgetting, partly you forgetting.
Because we suck. We should probably just say to people it's going to be like bi-weekly now as
yeah,
opposed to every week.
Do you know what, even today now that I wake up and obviously like, I spoke to you yesterday like that and on, all of a sudden I was like sat there and thought, oh yeah, shit, like wait till today. Like it's just time just goes so quickly.
You're a busy man now.
But you good? Good week?
Yeah, it's been alright, mate. Yeah, not a lot happened. Anything new with you?
Well, yeah, I can finally
little segue into it.
Yeah, I can finally talk about it now. So I've got a new job. So I handed my notice in last week. I feel like it's been the longest process for a job ever. Obviously, I spoke to you about it sort of November last year. Like, oh yeah, I think I've got a new job. So yeah, handed my notice in last week. Started this new job the 18th of March, so sort of 4 weeks. So yeah, excited, a little bit nervous.
Yeah, I was going to ask how you feel about it, because I mean, change of jobs, especially when you've been in a while, can be one of the most daunting things.
Nervous, yeah. I think like excited and relieved. Like, you know, I've not particularly been happy for excuse me, for a while. So yeah, excited, but also a little bit, oh my god, because I'm going somewhere where I don't completely new. You know, and I think you shared something a little while ago where like starting a new job is like joining the TV series after 4 seasons. And I do feel a bit like that. I'm going to go in, I'm not going to know anybody. There's going to be, you know, whereas because I've been here so long with Company Matt now, I sort of know more or less everybody, the people that I see regularly. So yeah, mixed feelings. Like excited and you know, I'm relieved. But yeah, I think there's definitely a little bit of.
It's so scary, isn't it? Because you almost feel like off the bat you got to kind of really prove yourself and be the best version of yourself, as they say. But you know, so, you'll do. We all know you'll smash it, mate.
Yeah, I'm excited for a new challenge. I wanted to get out of what I was doing. You know, I've been sort of in that industry for a long time, and you know, it got to a stage I'd wake up and just thinking. I know that most people probably won't feel that when they wake up, but yeah, I just needed a new challenge. So hopefully, you know, touch wood, it all goes well. So yeah, I think we're speaking in 4 weeks, and soon we'll have a better idea of how it's going. But yeah, I am looking forward to it. Just like I said, I don't know the industry that I'm going into. I've got no experience in. So I'm literally just going in there like, I think that's what worries me more, do you know what I mean? Because I've just got no idea like what's to come. So yeah.
But you got to try sometimes, don't you?
Yeah.
It's like, I think I've probably read this somewhere, but it's like, we have this assumption that we're going to like fall into a perfect job that's meant for us, and we're just going to randomly know it. And some people are lucky and know what they want to do straight away, but for some people I think it's just about like trying different things, you know, like because you know there's no turn necessarily this will work out, but if you keep trying different jobs and different things, and then eventually you might fall on something that's just like outside. I mean, touch wood, this is going to be that one, but you know, but it's sometimes you just have to keep trying, I think, until you find something that works.
And I think that's part of it as well. Like, I think, you know, it was a sort of a friend of mine who shared a LinkedIn profile, and it sort of stemmed from there. And I was quite lucky really, because of what I'm going to do. You know, they could have gone and picked someone with more experience. I suppose it's them that would be in the right place at the right time, and selling myself a little bit. You know, I just had to go in there and try not to be too much like myself. And
that's good. That shows you like you must have made a really good impression if you had no experience and they knew that.
Yeah, and I'm always honest with them. I really am. I didn't go in there going, I've been working this for 10 years, and I just said, look, you know, I'm really, really interested, but you know, I'm going to need some time, and I think that's what worries me more as well, because it's there. And I know you touched on it when you started your job before you went to Asda. You said the office.
Sorry.
That's all right. You said that like that office environment. Like if it's a really quiet office and you need to keep asking for help, I think that's a little bit that I'm not looking forward to. I think it was quite a bubbly office. People are chatting away, and you can sort of ask for help, and it not be so obvious to everyone around you. But I've done it before. We had a system change sort of 2 years ago. At our place, and we sat in the office and it's dead quiet, literally no one talking. And you're looking at the screen and thinking, I don't know what I'm doing. But it's so quiet. I need someone to get up and make a noise or cough so I can So I think that's. I'm hard on myself. I think a bit like yourself. I expect. I put a lot of pressure on myself to get it straight away and to not be asking for help, and I feel like a burden. I think, and you touched me.
Yeah.
But yeah, on the whole, excited.
Yeah. You've just got to ask for help. I think that, because that's the thing as well. Like they know you're new. Do you know what I mean? Because that's something I could never get through to myself when I was at that one before. It's like, they know you're new. Why are you so afraid to ask help? It's I just expected, in my head, I thought I was going to go in and just master everything straight away, and it's. Yeah, you just ask for help, mate.
On the whole, looking forward to it. There's a lot I could say about the current where I am. Probably best to leave it at that.
Yeah.
But no, on the whole, look, I found the last year sort of difficult. But on the whole, I've been there for a long time. There's a reason for that. 90% of the people I got on really well with.
Yeah.
And I will miss, quite a few of them. Hopefully be able to stay in contact with a few of them, and the ones that I want to, and it's not all been bad. It's actually been tougher last year. It's not all been bad, and I do look back on it with sort of some fond memories. And I had a meeting with sort of one of our senior managers on Friday. And he said that if it doesn't work, then the door's always open, which is nice as well,
Yeah.
We'll see.
And the thing is, you'll probably take so much from that past job, even the bad points, into the new one. It'll teach you so much.
I think you'll be able to say the bad points sometimes are good as well, because it puts you in that sort of, uncomfortable situation. And I think that's part of the reason why I took the jump. I think I just started to feel a little bit too comfortable, a little bit too, almost like routine. And I just think sometimes you've got to put yourself in an uncomfortable situation.
Yeah, because I don't think you grow unless you do.
No,
do you know what I mean? No. I think, and not just in terms of work, I mean just in life in general. Like if you're never going out of your comfort zone, there's no real growth. And it's so constricted. I mean, I've literally done it my entire life, really, just stayed within my comfort zone. Like, I really don't like to push myself out of it. But the times I do, you just, you feel that growth. And it's like we spoke about before, just stepping into therapy or something, just sometimes just taking that first step can do so much for you, even if you step in and then step straight back out. Just taking that initial plunge can just prove to you, okay, I can get outside my comfort zone. I might not have stayed outside of it, but
you've got to experience it.
And if you take 1 or 2 steps out, maybe eventually you'll
find the right one.
Yeah, and you'll run a mile.
Yeah, and I think when I spoke to Jo about it, she sort of said to me, I am really bad at it. Don't bring your work home. I think that's one thing that I think I've got better sort of the last, especially since Frankie's been born, since work to work and home to home.
Yeah.
But then also that bit that I want to impress and I want to, so I need to try and find that happy medium, as they say.
Yeah.
On the whole, should be good.
Yeah, exciting, man. Exciting.
What's new with you? Anything to report?
Honestly, nothing.
No. Okay.
No, it's been a busy week. I've been doing quite a lot in terms of obviously sorting bits around the house because we've got the new room for my dad now and everything. Working, started going back to the gym properly, so I took a break from that.
So Monday you worked, your day off, and then I looked on like Facebook or Instagram. You were in the gym at like 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
You're mad.
It was only because I was doing an early shift at work, so I was in at 4 at work. So I thought, oh, nice.
Not a chance.
The thing is, it's quiet. Like I'm still a bit like even though I went for like a long time before I had that little break away from it, like I still get so nervous there. And you don't like. I very much try and say to myself, oh, screw what everyone else is doing. I'm just doing it for me. But you still have that element of like, if I can have the gym to myself, definitely.
And is there anyone else in there at that time?
There was 2 other people, to be fair, at that time, which was quite surprising.
I sort of looked at it and I thought like 6 hours ago, thinking he's mad. Like,
and one of the reasons I did it is Tom told me that I wouldn't be able to go in at that time and do the gym and then go to work. So I basically just did it just to prove it. I was struggling. I was absolutely.
I'm not surprised. I'm taking 4 till
12, so not too bad. But
still, that's a long day.
The thing is, they're going to be my shift soon, so I'm probably going to be going to the gym at that sort of time permanently. No, this is. I really shouldn't say this because people from work are going to listen, but I'm just going to say it anyway because it's the truth. In some ways, I'd rather my workout affect work than work. Do you know what I mean? Like, I know that sounds harsh, and the thing is, I'll always, put in a shift at work.
You're better than me. I mean, I know that me, you, and Tom signed up for the gym at Pemberton 10 plus years ago, and I think I just went twice. I just don't have. I'm a bit like a dog. There's some chasing the ball. I don't really have an awful lot of motivation to run.
I mean, I don't really do cardiovascular, don't get me wrong. I mean, I did do a 3-mile bike ride there the other day after doing it, but I mostly just go for the weights and stuff. And again, I don't do it because obviously, like, I'm trying to lose weight, so I'm not necessarily doing it to, like, build muscle or anything, but it's mostly just, like, I notice how much weaker I am if I don't go. Like, even just at work, like, I'll be lifting something at work, I'm like, Jesus Christ, this is a struggle, and I'll go home and ache sometimes, where when I'm going gym and I'm doing it, you sort of condition yourself a bit, and, let's be honest, I'm getting older. I need to start looking after my joints, so I thought, let's start going gym.
Do you feel, because obviously when I sort of play football on a Monday night, I sort of have the bit where it's every Monday where I go, really can't be bothered. But once I'm there and I'm doing it and I finish, I feel
really
so
good.
much better.
Yeah, and I think they're the best. They're when you feel the best. I think when you feel like you've had the best workout as a day, you can't be asked. 100%. Especially like I say, that getting up at 2:45 in the morning, there was every part of me said, just go back to bed for like 45 minutes. Get up just for work.
I sort of wake up on a Monday. We play sort of Monday night. I wake up on a Monday morning, like, especially this time of year, it's dark, it's wet, and I'm trying to work thinking, can't probably play football tonight.
Yeah.
But I know that once I'm there, and I feel better for it.
Yeah, that's it. Again, it's the comfort zone thing, isn't it? Like, anyone can. Okay, I'm being a bit of a hypocrite because I said about how I love the gym, but anyone can sort of maybe get up on a nice summer's day in their home gym in their house, walk through the next room, do a workout. But like, to get up early, go to a gym where there's other people in the rain,
especially if it's dark and cold and wet like it is in the moment, I'd be going. I'm just rolling back over and going to sleep again.
I mean, I don't do anything when I'm there. I just sit in the locker room and eat. But, I did actually feel like that day. I didn't really do a lot, but,
Right, fair play. How are you feeling? Obviously, I know Greg listens to this. How are you feeling about... and he rang sort of last week before maybe, and sort of said, like, he heard our conversation about when we were saying about anxiety, going to someone we don't know, not knowing. And he said, I'm really glad that you said that because he was feeling the same way.
Oh, yeah.
How are you feeling about it? Like, are you like, it can really, I'm really looking forward to it, but there's still part of me in my head that goes, what happens if I get separated from everyone, and lose everyone, and what happens if I get, and I know the probability on that happening is like very slim, but there's still that bit, and I've got no sense of direction either. Like, if I get lost, you may never see me again.
Yeah, we're going to tag you. I've got some of those Samsung tag things
honestly, if you lose me, like, you might find me in 3 or 4 years' time. Like,
we'll carry one of those flags like the tour groups do, so you can find us all the time. No, honestly, like, not too. No, I don't know. I'm a bit weird because considering how anxious I am in general, I don't. don't find stuff like that too bad. I don't think. Obviously, there's a little bit, and it's it's probably going to be people don't know there, and it's London, so it can be a bit daunting anyway. But I'm definitely more excited than I'm nervous about this specific thing.
I think because we know, having 2 people, I'm quite looking forward to it. Going go-karting. I mean, I've not been for about. I reckon it's been over 10 years since I last went go-karting.
If we don't include Wicksteed Park go-karting, I don't think I've ever been. I think that's the only one I've done.
And I snapped the back wheel off my car last went go-karting. But I didn't. I crashed into the barrier and my mate came around the corner too quickly, not paying attention, and went straight to the back of me and the wheel came off. So he hit me speed for the wheel to come off.
Jesus.
So,
I'm scared now.
So the part of me is like, oh my god! As long as I don't finish last.
That's literally what I was about to say to you. My aim, is to just not come last. Because how many are going? There's probably 8. Is
I don't know.
Around that figure. As long as I don't come last, I'll be happy.
Worst comes to worst, somebody's going to ram me off the road.
Okay, cheers, mate. Yeah, thank you. Turn it into road rage, whatever that game was.
Mario Kart stuff. Out the window. I'm looking forward to it. I think. Again, it's almost a little bit, I suppose, like going out of your comfort zone.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But yeah,
I guarantee after you've had the first drink or 2 down, you've started speaking. I think it'll be fun. We'll really it'll be good.
I will be following you because my sense of direction. But if you always a giant kind of left me, I'd be in a world of trouble, honestly.
I'm just looking forward to getting Greg really drunk. I hope you listen to this, Greg.
Yeah.
Joking. Yeah. We'll never put peer pressure on.
Have you got that handcuffs?
Yes, I have, mate. Yeah. Got them sorted. Oops. I'll edit that out. Joking. No, I am looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to it. I am.
In terms of your, obviously, you stopped CBT now.
Yes.
Have you found that's affected your mental health at all? Or?
No, I think, like I say, there's just been the odd. I think we touched on it last week about the whole getting just again. There's a bit of a crossover between being really stressed and angry, but just feeling a bit of anger and real bouts of mad stress recently. But like you pointed out, it's probably just from some of the stuff that's been going on. So I've still been sort of dealing with that a bit. But in general, no, I think I've been putting some of the things they taught and exercises they gave me into practice, and been finding it's really helping.
Yeah. And are you going to go back and do CBT again? Or
part of me really wants to kind of do something. Or maybe just try and do the exercises a bit more, really. Because, it's very easy to listen to what they say and then when you finish the sessions be like, all right, that's it, do you know what I mean? But I think sometimes you have to really put what they've said into practice in daily life. So probably just going to try and do a bit of that. Because financially, if I can't do them on the NHS again, I think financially real therapy is going to be out of my reach, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, it is expensive. It wasn't too bad when I first went years ago at Mind. I think it was just you had to look at donations. I think it was 20 or 30 quid a week. But otherwise it can get into the hundreds.
Yeah, God, yeah.
And I think that's part of the problem, probably why I think there's so much of a mental health crisis in this country, because I just don't think there's enough funding for it.
No.
The waiting lists are ridiculous.
Yeah.
I know when I was on what they called the urgent care waiting list, 2-3 years ago, and it was a 6-month waiting list. And that's not obviously their fault, but you think that's urgent list. How long are people waiting? If people just can't afford it. I know that I can't afford an extra £50 a week to pay for counselling. I just can't afford to do it.
It is a shame that it's a barrier, because and the thing is, with some stuff you can skirt around things. You know what I mean? Like I don't know, for instance, with some medical things or even some mental issues, I guess you could maybe do help yourself a little bit of stuff. But for general sort of your anxieties or just wanting to speak about your issues with someone, you have to really go to a therapist. There's no and again, there are other methods, and if people don't want to go to therapy, obviously there's plenty of stuff you can do, but at the same time I don't think there's much that can replace that. So the fact it's sort of kept behind a paywall can, because if the what's it called, BetterHelp and all the ones like that, the online therapies and that were half the price they are, I'd be on it now 100%. I think they're that effective, even if it's just checking in with them once a week, just a phone call or something. But, the fact that they're,
Yeah, it is expensive. But even stuff like prescriptions, I take my medication sort of every night. I think I get 28 in it. I think, say for example, I have to do it every month. And it's like, I think I say a tenner, but it's not a lot of money. But again, it can be a lot of money. It's 120 quid a month like a year, sorry, that, people don't. And again, you just think it's just. I don't know what the answer to that is, but I just don't think there's enough funding.
No.
Enough funding for it. And I think if it was more funding going into that, I think you'd see the numbers probably quadruple.
Yeah.
Because the waiting lists I know are just extortionate.
Yeah, and there is ones like obviously like the CVT. I went through the talking services bit and everything and got in really quick, and that was really good. And I wouldn't call it a taster because it's a you go for a while. Was it 6, 7?
Yeah, so I done.
So it's it's not just a taster. It's so that's good. But then if you want to continue that, I felt I was making real progress, and I do still think I'm continuing to make that progress. But I could easily just say, well, I'm not going to do the exercises, because I've got nobody to talk to about it anymore, and slip back. Do you know what I mean? Where if it was a lot less expensive, I would definitely be continuing it. And because the thing is, you've got the whole stigma thing, just putting your foot through the door, and then you've got the paywall as well. It's a bit.
Yeah, it is a lot. And I know that I used to have the same conversation with myself I still on a Monday, should I go? Should I not go? Because you still have to do yourself, and you normally the first 2 or 3 you feel sort of worse rather than better.
Yes, definitely.
But yeah, it's definitely whatever. And I know I touched it last time we spoke, but from us recording this first podcast, where you were, to us recording the 13th now, for me, looking at you, mate, I know you could be hiding something, but for me, night and day, mate, you would completely.
Yeah, I do feel
a different person.
I do feel a lot better. That's not 100% perfect. There's days when but I was in a bad place. And do I think it's 100% the CBT? Not necessarily, because I think we spoke about it last week, where it just kind of hit a head, and so I started trying to help myself a bit after that. But the CBT has definitely gave me the tools that I've needed when I've needed them, and really helped, especially really recently, just before I stopped, really helped. Because every time I started slipping down a bit, I'd go to the CBT and they'd give me these tools and ways of thinking, and it's really kept me on the straight and narrow, so to speak, at the moment.
I'm good. I'm really glad. Yeah. I'm glad you're in a positive place.
Yeah. Yeah, and going back to what I was saying, I think with the funding thing, I think I might start trying to maybe do a little bit of charity. I can't do too much running. I'm not going to run a marathon for it, but I was thinking maybe trying to do some fundraising. So definitely something I'll try and update people on here. But I was thinking about that this morning as thinking what more can we do? And that's something I might.
Yeah, definitely. I think we all need to maybe try and do a little bit more. Maybe a bike ride or something.
Yeah.
Just once a bike ride. Or
that's the thing I'd love to just say. Guys, I'm going to run a. Wow, that's amazing! It's doing a marathon. Let's put some money towards it. But
I'll get too. But I'll bike. I'd go on a bike ride.
Yeah.
Running, no, I don't think it'll be too good. Maybe on a 3-legged marathon. So
that's quite a good idea, actually. It's quite a good idea.
But no, I'm glad you're doing well, man. I can tell just from. I think first interaction when you came in today, I think if we, because I didn't record the first ones, did we?
What do you mean, sorry?
The first ever episode we done, we didn't record it. That isn't video.
Oh, video, sorry. No, we didn't. No, we didn't.
I think it'd have been interesting to see whether or not you could see the difference when you sort of. I think a little bit and I'm probably reading too much into this, but it sticks in my head. The first one you were wearing all black, hood up, quite. And you come in this time and you with a bounce in your step, and I'm glad, and that makes me happy.
I do. You're probably right, but I do like wearing black.
No,
but I know what you mean. No, I know what you mean. It could be subliminal a little bit, the putting the hood up thing could be you're trying to hide a little bit. Do you know what I mean? It easily could be.
But for me, you can't. Yeah, night and day, mate. So I'm really glad that you're in
Thanks, mate. Thanks.
a better place.
And like I say, I do think it's talking to you because I think it completely ignoring the podcast, like throw the podcast aside. I do think I think it was just around that time, like when I'd come back from Europe and all that, and had all that stuff going on afterwards. As a friendship group, I think we just all just really started opening up. Yeah. And I know the podcast helped massively and continues to do so, but I actually think it would have opened up a bit regardless of this, because I think it just, I don't know, I suppose maybe you lot could see it more in me, so you were like asking the question, and in some ways I was being a bit more honest. Like, there's one contrast I remember when I was talking about stuff, and you probably noticed this, you might have even spoke about it, was putting my hands up to some of the stuff I did wrong. Mm-hmm. Like, because the old me wouldn't have done that. The old me would have been like trying to prove the other people wrong, or the situation, you know, it would have been, no, they're this. Where there was a couple of times I was like, I was a complete dick yesterday, and even though yesterday I was saying it's all this person's fault, whatever, it's my fault, hands up. And I think maybe in some ways that helped, you know. Yeah. Because it was like me being really vulnerable and being really honest, and you know, because like I say, back in the day, I was always the victim, like 100%. It was always like, I could never do anything wrong. Look at me, like.
No, you definitely. I mean, I know when you sort of first came back from Europe, and you know what you had going on. I think we've touched about it in the podcast as well. You know, we were out and tried to speak to you about it, and got quite a sharp response, and it was like, all right, you don't want to talk about it, fine. Whereas now, I don't know how long we've been back from you, 6 or 7 months. Yeah. You know, I think now we can, all of us in a group would probably sit round. Yeah. And be quite open. I think we're probably being blokes more open on WhatsApp than we are.
Yeah, definitely. But we've had those moments. I remember one specifically. It might have even been around that time. We were out for food, and I don't think we were talking about like really, really deep, like personal stuff, but we were opening up a little bit, and people were just kind of, there's just an air of like honesty about it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And this is why we're doing this.
Yeah, exactly.
And hopefully, I mean, I've said as well, I've had sort of lads who I wouldn't expect to come and speak to me, whether that's I've bumped into them in a pub, or whether I gone to watch a football, and you know, they've come up to me and gone, I really love what you're doing, and they've sort of said a bit to me, and you just think, like, that's obviously the objective, is to get people talking. Yeah. You know, and I feel like, like you said, our friendship group, we are better. I still 100%. Think we could be more open with each other, but whether or not that would ever happen.
I think it's always hard to break down that last little bit of wall, isn't it? It's just always hard. Like, and not just, like I say, not just being blokes. I think just in general with people, it's like you always want to have something to yourself. Do you know what I mean?
100%. I think you get that little bit as well where, I don't know about you, if I can feel myself getting sort of emotional, you almost try and swallow it up. And babble it up and then try it. Let's have a drink, and anyone that knows me, when I have a drink, I just cry anyway. So.
Yeah, me too.
But no, I'm good. I'm glad that you're doing well, mate.
Yeah. Good. What about you in general? You seem, I don't know, you seem a little bit more...
Yeah, I think, like I feel in a better place, but I think Frankie's also a massive distraction. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's no, in the nicest way possible, you don't have time to not feel okay, if that makes sense. It's sort of like work, home, walk the dogs, come back, spend time with Frankie, shower, dinner, and you look at it and you're like, oh my god, it's like 8 o'clock in the afternoon, and then it's like, you know, an hour or so watching TV, sleep, and it's again, do you know what I mean? Just sort of.
And I suppose you've got that thing as well, like you've got something that means more to you than yourself now. Do you know what I mean? Not saying, but you know what I mean. Like,
100%, you know, you sort of, if having a bad day and then last week was, you know, pretty shit at work, and you get like picture of Joe or video of Joe, and this sort of thing. It just sort of makes it. And,
you get to see what's important.
You know, so at the moment I feel quite good. You know, new job on the horizon, which is we already spoke about. So there's that to look forward to. So at the moment quite good. And I had a bit of a meltdown the other week when I messaged you on WhatsApp. But again, that's just me, like just being me. People messaging me, or me messaging people, them not replying. We've touched on it before, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh my god, and that's all. And then couple of hours later they replied, and you just think to yourself, do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
And I know as I'm doing it as well. Like, because I said to you, like, I won't mention the person's name, but I think I've done something to annoy them.
Yeah.
And you're like, no, like, it's not you, like, you know, blah blah blah, like, just busy. And then I'm thinking, like, you've not seen this person or spoken to him like, in a month, 2 months, like, what could you have done? But, but you do. It's just, I always say it, like the devil and the angel on your shoulder, like sort of both of them just in my ear. But on the whole, mate, on the whole, yeah, I'm okay. Yeah, I had a bit of a meltdown last night watching Liverpool in the first half, especially we really 1-0 down. You know, Joe keeps on telling me off because Frankie's sleeping and I'm swearing at the TV. But good, and I'll be better on Sunday if we beat Chelsea and I can have amazing notes.
Oh, is that on Sunday?
Is he going? Do you know?
I think he is, you know. I think he is. I think him and his brother and his mum are going, I think. Yeah, now you mention it, I'm pretty sure he is. He told me about it. And we're going Wednesday as well.
Is that FA Cup, isn't it?
Yeah. So that'll be fun.
Yeah, you're mad going
to London on a Wednesday night, potentially doing an early start the next day.
That's what I was
thinking, and then Saturday going back to London. Yeah. I do like London though.
It's good to keep busy. I think I spoke to Tom the other day, and he sort of said, like, how are you finding? Because, you know, I'm a bit of a social butterfly. I like being out and doing bits and stuff. I said, how are you finding not like going out? And I think he surprised myself with it because, on the whole, that's fine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I think as well it makes the times when you do go out mean a bit more.
Yeah.
Because we could all like go out, like everyone could all meet up like 3 times a week, and you think how much that is going to be quality time. There'll probably be the odd day when you do that where you all just sat on your phones because you know. Because I always think about that when I moved to Rushden, out of the house in Earthenborough with my ex. Or XX, I don't know, somewhere online, I can't remember. But it's like, I was so worried because I spent so long around my parents all the time that I thought, Jesus Christ, it's going to like be really hard. But actually, it made the times I did go over and see them, or the odd occasion they came over to us, like way, way better. Do you know what I mean? It's like, it was quality time, not just sitting in a room together. So
I'd pretty agree with that. I don't know how it was you, but when I lived with my parents, it was, I wouldn't even speak to them half the time. I'd come home from work, they'd come home from work, I'd go up to my room, I'd come down to eat, I'd go back up to my room, I'd go to work the next day. Whereas like when we see them now, again, it's like quality time. Especially if my sister have her little boy and her partner as well, like we're all there. And like you said, you have them hour, 2 hours, whatever it is, where you'll catch up. And like, you're not going out. And I used to go out sort of like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, just down the pub, and you got to stage where you were just getting bored of it, but it was just something to do. If, Joe was at work or Joe was whatever, so I'll go to the pub, go to the pub. Whereas now, when I do go, it is more of a just nice, do you know what I mean? And it's for a couple of hours. So it's been. I even surprised myself with like how well I sort of coped with not going out as much. Well, I am playing football on Saturday, so.
On Saturday?
Yeah. I'm coming.
Oh, this Saturday, sorry. For some reason, I thought you meant next Saturday. I was like,
for 1 week. When I just made them stop, I won't be doing anything.
Yeah, that's true.
Go and play football on Saturday.
That's very nice.
Just get out and run around. I've not done anything in like.
I was going to say, do you think your legs are going to handle it?
My legs hurt after walking the dogs now. Do you know what I mean? I've not even played on a Monday night for like 3 weeks, so I'm not sure I've really good. But again, just more to just get out for a few hours and to see a few of the lads. And then I think that's important as well. Just I sort of said to Joe, Joe goes and gets his nails done, or goes to see a friend, and we'll try and keep Frankie with me because we just both need that time. She needs to not be mum for a couple of hours and not be dad for a couple of hours and just have that time to just go and run around and
definitely
burn some energy off. On the whole good, and I'm really looking forward to to next week, and who knows, we could be in a microphone with us. And
well,
we are sharing a room as well.
We're sharing a room, so I'm thinking Facebook Live, friends of mine podcast. When I'm pissed, it'll just get really emotional. Just be an hour of crying.
Yeah, better cry, fall asleep with the webcam on. Oh dear. But yeah, it is good. It's good. I'm looking forward to that. How are you finding? Obviously, you've been back at Asda now for 3 months, 4 months.
Yeah, around that one. Yeah. November.
Do you look? Obviously, we touched on me starting this new job. Do you look back on the job that you had before? Any regrets for not going for a bit longer?
No. Like, I have had that before, leaving jobs too soon just because of, like, and then looking back and saying, actually, I probably should have stuck out. But I knew from the minute with this job it wasn't for me. Like, I'm not saying office type of job in general is not for me, but there was just so many elements to it that just didn't suit me. It was very like again, I suppose I never look at myself as a bit of a control freak, but in some ways I think I am, and I think when it comes to work sometimes I can be, which is why, and this was very much a job where it's kind of like every time you spoke to a client it was going to be something a bit different, and it was kind of a bit of guesswork and a bit of like asking people all the time, oh, you've experienced this, what would you do? And it was not my kind of thing, and it was one of these where, if you had a bit of time off, you had to catch up on, if you reel, you had to catch up on the fit. It was just there was a lot of it. And the thing is, well, the interactions were all through web chat, emails, very odd phone call. And I never used to think I was a people person, but I think I actually need a bit of, because in general, I like to sort of keep to myself. I say about the gym, like I like to go and it's empty. I wouldn't be a type of person who goes in the gym and talks. But when it comes to work, I think I kind of like the human side. It felt very much like I was just in front of a computer. Like it was not my cup of tea. Where at least if you're on the phones all day, at least you build a bit of rapport. And the customers, again, it's not like it was, it's a customer and then you have the returning customer. Like, the only returning customers were big companies. You'd speak to a different person at that company every day. It was like there was no rapport. It was just, and there was just a lot about it. So no, I mean, do I regret how I handled leaving? 100%, because I wasn't 100% truthful in what was going on. Like, I exaggerated a lot about it because there was some things like I had to have a time off for medical stuff and that, but I did exaggerate a lot about it. I wasn't just 100% truthful, because I think even though those things were true and they didn't like me having the time off and stuff, I think at the end of the day it was just because I didn't enjoy it and I was using that, you won't give us time off, so that's why I'm going to leave. Do you know what I mean? I was using that as that was bullshit, that was an excuse. So I wish I'd been a bit more honest and just said, I'm not getting on, really don't think this is for me. Is there anything we do try and change things? Or, otherwise I might end up leaving. I didn't do any of that.
But it's all a learning curve.
Yeah, exactly.
And you took the plunge, so and that's the biggest thing as well, isn't it? That's the biggest thing to do. And I think that's sort of touching back on what with me in this new job. Even when I had them a notice in that morning, I'm like, because because I am comfortable. I just think, take the plunge. What's the worst that could happen? You know what I mean? Like, if it all goes wrong, I could come back well. We could have it like the old days. But yeah, you took the plunge, mate, so fair play.
Yeah, and I think like one of the things as well is that I think I took that plunge at the wrong time for me, and I knew it was the wrong time. Does that make sense?
I think you had a lot going on there, didn't you? I think that ties in with probably when you were at your lowest point, or certainly lowest point. No,
100% it was.
In the years that I've known you, you had health issues, relationship issues. There was a lot going on. I think you sort of done what most people would do, which is just in that situation, go back to what you know, go back to where you're comfortable. Yeah, 100%. And with going back to where you are, like you said, you just sort of slotted back in. I suppose it probably felt like you were never really away. I don't know.
Exactly, and it allowed me to kind of sort my head out a little bit, do you know what I mean? Because it was the worst time anyway to try and be learning a new job. So I know in future if I'm ever feeling a bit that way, like I won't try and change something then. Because I think I was associating my headspace with work at the time as well. Yeah. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, even the before I went to Europe thing, it was just like, right, Asda's made this change, I don't like it, like, you know, Asda's making me depressed, so I'm going to leave, like, I'm going to go travelling like I've always wanted to do, then I'm going to come back and get another job. When in reality, it had nothing to do with that, really. That was just, again, it was me trying to find an excuse for the fact that I wasn't okay, and I was trying to... And again, that's why I think when I come back from that month away, I expected without doing any work, everything to magically be better. So I think when it wasn't, like, it sounds so silly, but now I think about it, I think that's what it was. Like, I expected to come back and be a new person.
So what did you do differently if you had to try again? Would you have left Asda? Would you have gone travelling?
Not in the way I did. I would have said, I want to go travelling, can I have a career break? You know, I wouldn't have just been like, sod everything. I'm going to be a new man. And in my head, like, I thought in my head I was going away for longer. Like, I had this thing where I was like, even though I only booked stuff for a month, it's going to be like, I'm going to go and who knows when I'm going to come back. That kind of thing where... In reality, I always knew that it was only really going to be for that month, and I was going to have to come back and start again. And yeah,
but again, when you grow up, mate, you've got kids and grandkids and everything else. Like, you'll be able to say to them that I've been travelling for a month, and I've been to these different countries, and they won't care about what happened. Exactly. It's about making memories. And I think that's something that I've sort of tried to get better at sort of the last 4 months is, like I said before, like, stop chasing people and sort of just live in that moment. Because you blink and it's, oh my God, it's the end of February already. Like, how is it the end of February? Like, it's just bonkers. It's scary, it does, it flies by. You know, been there nearly 6 months or whatever, it just, that doesn't seem like yesterday, we were all that, and it's just...
it's crazy, actually.
Whizzes past, you know what I mean? So I just think, enjoy it. And I've got, like, different things. I've got, like, countdowns on my phone for, like, Greg's dad, Greg's wedding, everybody's wedding. I'm going to the cricket in September, and you look at him...
Boring.
Sorry. The cricket's, like, 220 days away. But I just know from when we had a countdown from our wedding, and I remember going to Joe, 200 days to the wedding, and that's been gone. So I just know, like, how quickly. So I think just trying to enjoy the moment a little bit more, and that's what I'm trying to enjoy the moment a bit more. Leave work at the front door. Do you know what I mean? Come back, and who knows, mate? You could come back in 4 weeks' time, and I could be having a complete meltdown about everything I've got to do with work. But
hopefully not.
But that's what I'm trying to do. Sort of like work is work.
Yeah, and just enjoy the moment as it is, because that's my thing as well. I was thinking about this the other day at work. Like, even though I try and stay as mentally strong as I can, there was just this one day where it was dragging, and, you know, when you're literally like, you almost feel yourself getting angry at how slow time. But I was just thinking, like, I'm literally just getting angry, wasting my life away. Like, why not just be like, oh, here I am, can have a laugh with people, you know, I'm not ill or anything, like, just enjoy the moment. It's not being like, God, I can't wait to get home from work to sit in front of the TV. Like, it's so strange. Like even, I mean, I clockwatch. I literally almost do like half an hour at a time. Well, that half an hour went quite quickly. Yeah. Well, that half an hour dragged. Yeah. You know, and you just think, like, just live for, like, like, try and enjoy it the best you can for the 8, 9, 10 hours, however long you're there. Yeah. Because I'm the same. I don't do an awful lot now. Like, I come home, walk the dogs, see Frankie, me and Joe have dinner, we sit and watch Netflix, and go to bed. And you just think, as much as I love being at home, like, it's not like I'm going home and we're having parties and we do, you know what I mean? So I think that you're right, just try and enjoy the moment. Yeah, no matter what's going on as well. Like, because I had it a bit this morning, because I said to you before we started recording, I got a dentist at 5 o'clock. And again, it shows a little bit of progress in me, because if this was a little while ago, like, not even exaggerating, I'd have woke up this morning and me going dentist at 5 o'clock would have ruined my entire day. I'd be thinking, because that's how scared I am of going dentist, I'd be like thinking about it all day, worried, I'm not going to go and do this, because what's the point when I got dentist? Like, I'm not going to enjoy today. Like, why did I book it on my day off? Like, where today I just said, do you know what? In that 10 minutes in the waiting room before I go in, fair enough, have your panic attack. But what is the point in ruining this moment right now of something that's going to happen? And again, I'm not perfect. Like, I'm still sitting there now thinking about going to dentist, going, oh God, but it's like, why am I ruining? And how long are you at the dentist? Even after procedure, an hour. So why am I letting between 5 and 6 p.m. tonight ruin the moment right now? Like, it's so, but it's what we do. It's just, and it's so difficult.
with sort of, I think, everything, like, I know that probably, even I'm having it now, like, anxiety dreams, do you ever get them?
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
about,
definitely.
like, even, like, I had one on, I think it was Tuesday, Wednesday night, about this job. I've not even started yet, like,
Yeah.
and it was a dream of a person I must have met before, but I don't know who they were in this dream of, I've messed something up and we're trying to, like, and I was thinking, Jesus, I've not even started.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing, sort of thing. I think we all have it, don't we? We all, as much as we all say or pretend we're not, we're all creatures of habit. We all like, I mean, even like the dog walk, I walk the dog the same way every day. About the same time every day. I think if people who've got Ring doorbells, it's probably more or less to the minute would see me walk past every day. I think we just are, ain't we? And change, even like driving to work. Like if a road's closed, you've got to go a different way home. Like, even that like throws me. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, which is quite sad, really. But I think we all have an element of it where we are like. Even go back to when I played football, like in the change room, I'd sit in the same place, and so once I sat there,
You get funny.
yeah, like what are you doing sat in my place?
Yeah.
Like, it is just. I look like Sheldon for the Big Bang Theory, you know, that's more spot you need to move, sort of thing. But I think we all have an element of that, don't we? Even if we don't think we do, we all have our favourite cup that we drink from. We all have our go-to food, our go-to program on Netflix or whatever it is. We just all are like that.
Yeah, it's 100% true.
But no, I'm glad you're doing well. And,
Yes, I am.
I'm glad that we're going to go out next Saturday and do a live stream, all emotional.
Yeah, looking forward to that.
Yeah.
I'll just, instead of going on my personal Instagram, I'm just going to stay on the Friends of Mine Instagram and put loads of pictures up.
Yeah, it could be interesting. We'll let you know who wins the go-karting as well.
Yes, part of me is rooting for Greg because it's his...
forget Greg.
Oh, I just mean it's his day. You do remember it, we're going for Greg.
No, not Greg. Screw Greg.
You would like smash him off the finish line.
Yeah, I'm wiping him out first corner.
Brilliant.
So yeah, probably won't get one done. No. We'll probably see this Sunday possibly, but probably not next week.
Probably not next one, whatever happens. We'll be too hungover.
No, what we're like, we're not exactly consistent at the moment, are we?
No, we'll try and get there. We'll maybe just like change everything, say bi-weekly now, just so we're not lying too much.
Yeah, time just gets away, don't it? And then you blink and it's another week.
And again, if you've got any questions or want to appear,
I have got a couple of people lined up to come on.
Yeah, so that should be good. But yeah, honestly, like even if it's just questions in the inbox, and it doesn't have to be blokes as well. I was thinking this earlier, like we talk about men's mental health, like that was just the starting point, and we were wanting to get men talking, but anyone, male, female, anyone in between. Yeah, come on. Even animals, you know what I mean? If you've got a dog that you think's probably got some better ideas than us, bring them on.
I've been bored of listening to us two waffle nonsense. Yeah, that's good, mate. That's good. Cool.
Right, good to speak to you again, and see you later.
Bye-bye.